Okay, so it was finally here, the moment you've all been waiting for, and Herogasm. So let's talk about it. But before we do, we've been here trying to get to this journey. We've heard from season 1 that they were going to do this episode once we got to season 3, and here we are. We finally got it. So before we get any further into it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Let's get to 25,000 subscribers, but let's talk about it. So previous episode, we saw that Butcher and Huey made a deal with Soulja Boy. Annie and MM were not witted, and so this episode we see factions form. MM and Annie are doing things on their own, and Butcher and Huey are with Soulja Boy, and they're going down each of Soulja Boy's teammates, and then he'll get to Homelander, he says. So a lot of stuff happened this episode. We saw pretty much the destruction of not just only the 7, but I think of everybody in the show's own relationships. We saw Neuman at a point trying to recruit Annie with her and sort of use her as her own pawn as well. Annie wasn't witted, and Neuman just basically said, you better watch out. Then we also have Homelander going off script as they're doing a press conference, a little interview of sorts where they're talking about nobody should be worried, that they got the threat under control. Of course, nobody knows the threat is Soulja Boy of the people, but the Supes know, and Soulja Boy is out there getting some havoc in. We'll talk about it in a bit. We see that Frenchie is also been kidnapped by Nina. We see Kimiko as well be kidnapped, and also Cherie, and now Frenchie has to decide between the two. Luckily, however, Kimiko escapes and they're able to get out, all of them. And this pretty much leads Frenchie to believe that they need to find a way out of this life because it just keeps catching up to them. No powers yet. So we also see that Soulja Boy is looking for the twins in the team, as he is going to go down the roster of his teammates since he wants revenge, and then he's going to take out Homelander. So they're able to find where exactly these twins are. While all this is happening, Black Noir has gone off like the map. He's taken off his tracker and everything, and I'm pretty sure he either knows something or is trying to get to Edgar maybe, since now he's going to tell him that Soulja Boy is here. We don't know yet. I have a theory on that, so stay tuned for that video. The Deep goes to find the twins, and he finds himself in Herogasm. Here we are, the star of the show, right? So everybody's headed to Herogasm now. We have the Deep here. We have Annie and MM. Also Butcher and Soulja Boy and Huey are going there. And we get introduced to Love Sausage, and the name just suits the man because the sausage is a love sausage. And it's stretches. I don't even know what to tell you before community guidelines, right? So also what we see is A-Train shows up here also, and Huey's here. So it's just like a bunch of a shit show, and the things that you're gonna see here are just insane. I don't think we've seen nowhere near where we're hearing now, and it was just as insane as they were saying, and definitely like some of the things that happen here off guard, and I was just like laughing about it. But things get serious pretty quick when Soulja Boy shows up and blows everyone up. So a lot of shit here, a lot of carnage. In between all of this, A-Train catches up with Blue Hawk and pretty much tells him, you're gonna pay for what you did. Slams him down and then grabs him, holds him tight as his face is on the floor, and just speeds through, carnage everywhere. But A-Train also seems to be suffering a heart attack, as you know, due to the whole running and the VOD and all of that. His heart was kind of like a little weak now, so he wasn't advised to run. So we'll see what happens with Soulja Boy in the next episode. Back at the Herogasm home that is now going to be front and center for the battlefield, we see Soulja Boy, Huey, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves, right? We see Soulja Boy and Butcher, and then Homelander shows up, and Homelander's pretty pissed off at Butcher. He's like, you said you and me, that was it, that was the agreement, so now I have no use for that deal. Deal's off, and he kills Butcher right there and then. But we gotta remember one thing, right? He still has the Compound B, temporary, but it's Compound B. While Butcher's still down, however, him and Soulja Boy, and I'm talking about Homelander, go at it and try to prove who is the best. And it looks like Soulja Boy might have been touting his horn a little too much, because Homelander's easily wrecking him until Butcher comes about and almost has the upper hand as well on Homelander. But I think it's because Homelander was a little caught off guard, and then we see both Soulja Boy and Butcher taking on Homelander, taking him down, and then Huey shows up, added reinforcement, and they got like Soldier Boy, Butcher, Huey pinning down Homelander, and Soldier Boy's about to release the power, but before he does, Homelander goes insane and he just flies away. We then see that after all of this, Soldier Boy, Huey, Butcher retreating. Of course, they almost had him. I was like, wait, are they really about to do it? Like, I was on the edge of my seat. I was like, they were about to kill Homelander. But he manages to escape in the nick of time. And so then we have Annie and MM treating everybody who's wounded there. Butcher, Huey, and Soldier Boy retreating. And then Annie decides at the end of the episode that I'm done with this bullshit. I'm not doing anything for anybody else. I'm gonna do my own thing, and I'm gonna try and do this the right way. She quits Bot. She makes a live stream. She exposes that Soldier Boy is the real threat out there. She says that Bot doesn't give a damn and that Homelander doesn't give a damn, and she abandons the name Starlight, and now will just be Annie. So a lot of stuff here to talk about. I mean, first and foremost, Herogasm, does it live up to what they said? I think it does. I think especially our introduction to it with Love Sausage was something not expected at all, honestly. So that's one thing. Another thing to talk about this episode is Black Noir. I think he's going to be a crucial part about how to defeat Soldier Boy for the 7, but I don't know exactly what side is he going to be on, right? Like, the twins, they said that it was Black Noir's idea to give up Soldier Boy, but Soldier Boy doesn't believe that, so it's kind of interesting to see what exactly Soldier Boy knows about Black Noir, since nobody really knows much about him, including us as the viewers. So that's one thing that's going to be interesting to figure out here. I also wonder, with Annie now being solo, how does that work out with Neuman and the Supes and Vought and the 7 and Homelander, of course, the primary one, who really wanted her to be there for him. And now we see that Homelander's kind of like losing it a lot. He's talking to his reflection, he's hearing voices and things like that. So I think that this whole Annie thing is going to even break him even more, and that might have been the only shred of humanity left in him before we see him go full on psycho berserk mode. I think that also the A-Train thing is going to be a really bad PR, I think, for Vought, and I think that we're going to see a lot happen, and I think that's where Edgar's going to come in and be like, I know y'all need me right now. So I do expect to see Edgar pretty soon. I think there's 2 episodes left of The Boys, so I don't expect Edgar to be gone the whole season. So if we're going to see him come back, it's probably going to be the next episode. And I'm interested in seeing what Soldier Boy is going to say, what happened, even though I think what happened was once they used the powers with the twins, it was too quick to try and use it on Homelander. So I think that he's going to pretty much say, like, y'all know what happens, like, chill. So it'll be interesting to see if Homelander tries to do anything else after this in order to sort of, like, fight Huey and Butcher and Soldier Boy now. Like, what is the game plan here now, right? That's going to be interesting to see. But overall, what a great episode, honestly. Everything that we were wanting to see and more. Like, I did not expect to see a Soldier Boy and Homelander fight, and I think the boys did such a great job with it. It is way better than a lot of the comic book fights we see in big blockbusters. Like, this one felt real and raw, and it was just insane. So I'm excited to see more of this fight to come. And Soldier Boy, like I said, he was touting his horn a lot, but it looked like Homelander was getting a big advantage over him. So I'm curious to see what his thoughts will be after this. But let me know your thoughts, your reactions on this episode. If you're excited for next week's episode, let me know in the comments below. But as always, that is going to do it for me on the road to 25,000 subscribers. We will do a theory on Black Noir and what he's doing right now, since he wasn't in this episode, and it looks like he went to go do something. So stay tuned for that episode. But as always, I'll see all of you next time on the road to 25,000 subscribers. Hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell, all that good stuff. I'll see all of you next time. We have a review on Black Phone, and we also have a review on Marcel the Shell with shoes on, so don't miss those videos. And as always, I'll see y'all next time. Stay safe, stay positive.